What if she stayed? Sometimes things don't happen the way they should. Things change. At a young age, I remember moving to my hometown. I had to get used to learning new things. Preparing my first backpack, finding the bus stop for the first day of school, and navigating a new school for the first time. It was then when I met Mrs. B, my first grade teacher. Her cheerful voice was warm and calming. She had a smile that was contagious to the people around her. Witty, yet distinguished, disciplined, yet compassionate. The better I got to know her, the faster the years seemed to pass. Fall felt like a month, winter
almost a week, spring a day. I wanted to spend more time with her.
One day in summer,
Frog?
Frog was not feeling so well.
Right. Frog was not feeling so well. Very good.
She tutored me over the summer on reading and writing. It was at her house.
Now, what does this one say?
Right across the street from the library. She had a pretty garden, full of many flowers and fruits and vegetables.
Now, flowers, fruits, and vegetables.
Oh yeah. My mom would drop me off. Miss B would teach me in the dining room. Some days she would take me to the library to pick out some books. A to Z Mysteries, The Magic Treehouse, Frog and Toad was my favorite. At the end of each day, my mom would come and pick me up. We had a great summer together. I was in second grade when I heard Miss B was going away.
She needed to move out of her house. The library was going to use her land for extra parking space because they were planning to expand the library. I never heard from Miss B again. Being in middle school, I wouldn't often see my friends from elementary school because we weren't in the same class anymore. That means I'd have to make new friends, which was hard. From time to time, Ma would take me to the library. I can remember where Mrs. B's house stood. The white picket fence wrapping around the inner sidewalk, the smell of fresh tomatoes from the garden, and the creaking of old wooden floorboards.
Oh, talk about the smell of tomatoes.
I already did, silly.
Oh, okay.
Nowadays, white picket fences fallen to a flat asphalt lot. The creak of the floorboards have gone silent, and it no longer smells of tomatoes. When I got to the library, I would explore the books: Percy Jackson, The Lightning Thief, The Outsiders, and Freak the Mighty. Some were for class and others were for fun. Soon I got out of my shell. I gradually found new friends,
And eventually, I regrouped with some of my elementary school friends. I would spend more time with friends than in the library. Sometimes we'd mess around on the school library computers. My high school teacher would come around and we would quickly close what we were looking at before they arrived. Sometimes we get lucky, other times we might get caught. Ever since I got my license, I've been able to drive to and from places. To and from home, to and from school. to and from work. Sometimes I would drive around just for fun. Drive through fields of corn, drive through downtown, drive through Mrs. B's neighborhood. Now that I think about it, I don't often go to the public library anymore. Things change. I would drive by the vacant patch of land where my once teacher lived.
Remember when we would read her Frog and Toad? And she would give us candy after?
No, it was A to Z Mysteries, and she did not give us candy.
Was too.
It was not.
Was too.
Liar!
No!
Ah!
Stop it! Both of you. I can't remember. I can't remember if she did it or not. I can't remember what book she made us read, or if she gave us candy. All I can remember is that she was kind.
She
helped me
through a difficult time. She helped me. And she left. Sometimes things don't happen the way they should. Sometimes things happen unexpectedly. If I told myself at a young age that I would be going to college far from home, I'd be surprised.
What's college?
Why is it so far away? That's literally miles away.
I haven't even picked one out yet.
Yeah, I'm still surprised. College was great. It was the point in my life where I learned the most about myself. I also learned a lot about other people and the world around me. The good, the bad, the worst, the best, in myself and other people. Classes were difficult, but not impossible. There wasn't a challenge I couldn't handle. I lived for the projects, the grind, the all-nighters. I refound my love for libraries. It was a place I could focus or hang out with friends after a long day. I'd often sit in the corner of the library where no one else would be around, listening to music and typing a paper. Every so often, I would observe the room around me, the smell of old books and dust lingering in the room, the subtle rumble of vents washing out the noise. Still, as if you were frozen in time. It reminded me of the public library at home. I haven't been there in years. I can't even remember the last time I got a book there. I drove past the library when I was visiting home my senior year. I noticed something that I should have seen 15 years ago. They were finally expanding the library. The same library that I drove by in high school.
The same library that my first grade teacher brought me to. The same library that tore her house down.
She could have stayed?
Sometimes things don't happen the way they should. Things change. No one could have known it would take this long. No one could have predicted it would take over a decade. I often wonder how many kids like me she could have helped. How many kids like me she could have cared for. How many kids like me she could have loved. If only she had stayed.